Hi, my name is Javier Aguilera. I am a soil specialist of the RRSS project. I'm going to talk about the adapting of the holistic management approach in Bolivia for community development management. Well, the purpose of this approach is to promote changes in family productive units in a climate change context. Well, this is a regular family productive unit with diverse livestock type, with diverse crops and diverse infrastructure due to public and private investment. They have a social base established. This regular family productive unit have a diverse, small scale incomes. Through the holistic management approach that basically is planning, and taking into account economical, social, and environmental issues, with this approach, we look for a sustainable family productive unit which are more efficient, are well organized to increase in productivity and improve economic income. Well, we needed to validate the holistic management in the Andean context. In order to do that, we have designed and established a pilot project. But before that, we needed to run at least 2 research projects with universities in order to solve some doubts or problems that we have at the beginning. The title of this pilot project is Improving the Native Prairies in the Bolivian Highlands through Holistic Management, with the main objective to adapt the holistic management approach and practices to social, environmental, and economic context of the Bolivian Highlands. This pilot project is still ongoing project. We are in the first year of intervention. We are working in 4 communities of the Bolivian Highlands with 290 families. So far we have some preliminary results, like for instance 60 grazing plans for the rainy season, which means 60 families that are doing this one, 69 grazing plans for the dry season. I'm going to highlight this thing. We are right now working in 1,800 hectares with rotary grazing. By the end of the pilot project, we expect to reach at least 2,000 hectares with rotary grazing. As you can see in this picture, families are very much involved in this program, are very much interested in this approach or in this practice. Well, in order to do that, we needed to do some adjustment to the methodology, to have our own intervention strategy. To that, we needed to consider 2 factors. The first one is the topographic aspect, climate characteristics, social productive system. As you can see in these 2 graphics, we have homogeneous ecosystem and we have heterogeneous ecosystem. In this one, it's very much easy to do, for instance, the grazing planning because it is flat, it is homogeneous. But in a heterogeneous ecosystem like the highlands areas in Bolivia, it's much more complex, it's much more difficult, because within the highland areas, we still have upper, middle, and lower areas, each one with different productive system, with different livestock types. So it's very much complex to do, for instance, the rotary grazing and everything. The other factor is the context. We need to carefully analyze the context in order to determine which component or which practice we're going to use. We need to analyze environmental, economic, and social aspects. We need to deeply understand what are the roots of the problems, what are the producer needs in order to solve the situation, what degree of soil degradation, ecosystem degradation. So in order to use practices of these 3 components. The regenerative ranching is the heart or the backbone of the holistic management. But for the Bolivian context, we needed to add regenerative agricultural practice in order to respond to the farmer needs of this area. So we can say that this is a new holistic management model for the Bolivian context. So using these practices, so we can switch with this context to this other context that is much better for the producers. Then, based on the pilot project analysis, we get into this main goal. which is integral and sustainable solution to problems of degraded soils in productive ecosystem, with four strategic lines of the backbone: participatory holistic planning in the management of natural resources, knowledge management strengthening local decision making, use of ecosystem service like water, solar energy, nutrient cycles, community dynamics, and the incidence on sustainable productive development with active participation of the different local actors. What results we expect? Social goods, environmental goods, and economic goods. Well, based on that, we built a holistic management for the Bolivian context, which is holistic management is the sequences of processes to achieve a sustainable administration of productive ecosystem from the appropriate decision making of producers, families, business, and communities that allows them to improve their quality of life through the generation of economic well-being. Based on that, we have also constructed our value proposition based on the holistic management approach, which is related to sustainable administration of productive ecosystem with four components. The first one, sustainable soil management, that goes from recovery of degraded soils to efficient soil management and carbon management as well. The second one, efficient water management, like harvest, storage, and use of rainwater, use of other water resources. The third component, sustainable production of grassland and fodder, efficient grassland management, production of higher biomass and biodiversity, resilience to climate change. And the last one, the management of integrated agricultural livestock system, which is a sustainable production integrating both items, agriculture and livestock system. Well, this holistic management approach that we have built, we can apply it in different contexts and in community development management as well. So we can use for a productive project. The ones in blue are the ongoing projects, like the improvement of forage production in native prairies of the Bolivian Altiplano with holistic management practices. We have the improvement of meat production in suppliers of the Delicia dairy product with these proposed objectives. Also can be applied in research projects, like again in blue ones are ongoing projects, research projects, like for instance forage production in solar tents for sustained milk production in the Bolivia highlands, determination of the native pasture optimal recovery time after grazing in a Tiwanaku municipality, and so on. And also it can be applied in integral project proposal. I'm gonna spend more time in this one. For instance, the efficient and climate smart dairy production in the Bolivian Andean ecosystem through holistic management, which is important to get high quality milk production system responsible for the environmental and resilient to climate change effects. This other one, generation of employment opportunities for young people of the Tiwanaku municipality using the holistic management approach, which basically try to start entrepreneurship opportunities for young people of Tiwanaku municipality to the implementation of productive unit aimed at the sustainable production of healthy food. And the last one, family economy development in humanity, which is basically wants to improve family income to efficient use of family and community productive system under climate change. More information about the RRSS project you can find in this direction.